That is so fetch.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Kaiya, and today I'm going to be answering some of your questions. I asked y'all to, send me some questions before my vacation, and we're sitting down, we're answering some of them. The first one is, will you ever learn to play metal and or write metal songs yourself? Actually, yes. I have started to kind of learn some metal songs. I started with Heaven and Hell by, Black Sabbath. And that one's kind of more simple chords. I really only know like basic chords on the guitar. But I have wanted to learn more. I also play a little bit of like the keys. So I'm thinking of like various different ways that I can kind of zazz them up, I guess. And as far as writing metal songs, yes, I've definitely been thinking about different melodies and how I would sing certain songs and different kind of metal lyrics. Some that are a little more, I guess, harsh for me. It's a little out of my wheelhouse for my own songwriting because I'm more, if you know me, I'm more like country, southern rock, so it's new for me. But yes, I have decided to do that. I've been doing it. So Abisay says, I enjoy watching your vids and I've been a sub for a while now. My question is, now that you've experienced many genres of metal, which ones are your favorite and which ones do you dislike? It's a really good question. I really honestly I love all kinds of music, and I know everybody kind of says that. As far as the ones that I dislike, that's hard. I feel like the ones that I have, I don't like as much. There's like symphonic metal, and I think some progressive metal, and some deathcore, and a lot of metalcore that I am not the biggest fan of. Now there are some really great bands in all of those genres that I really, really like, but I think I struggle the most, especially with deathcore and progressive metal. Mastodon, I'm looking at you. But deathcore also, like, there's just not as many that are my favorites. As far as my favorite genres, I really like, obviously, death metal, thrash metal, heavy metal. I like power metal. I really like grindcore, death grind, brutal, technical death meath there's so much of it that I really enjoy, but I think I struggle the most with, like I said, prog and deathcore. Andrea SR 7058 says, after you react to a song you like, do you go ahead and listen to the rest of the album / other songs from the band afterwards? I know I would. So this is actually a really good question. I used to not actually do that. So when I was first starting the journey, I used to do the one song and then I would like not touch the rest because I wanted my reactions to be genuine and I wanted to save those, I guess. That was my mentality. It's like I wanted to save them for future reactions, and I just recently realized that that's a really stupid and dumb way to think about it, and I'm never going to listen to everything in time or in my lifetime. To so many bands and artists are releasing music so often that I'm never going to be able to keep up no matter how much music and time I listen to. So I changed it now to where, yes, if I like a song, like I'll usually dive into the record, and then I'm planning on doing that's why I'm planning on doing a lot more album reviews, so I can fresh new bands can get on the channel for the first time with a few songs, and then I can do the album review and have that on the channel as well. So we're still adding to the metal journey, but it allows for me to just get more music under my belt so I can continue to grow and learn and express my thoughts better based on all of the music that I'm listening to. So because I really want to dive more into metal, so obviously it's what we're doing here. So yes, now I am starting to do it. So Full Albums Metal Channel 3153 says, hello, you're a musician. I have a question. When will your newest album be released, and what kind of music can we expect on it? My new record has no release date yet. I am still in the process of gathering, not gathering. I finalized my track list finally. I was gonna do like 24 songs, and then I was like, girl, that's too many. Try to get to 12. I'm satisfied with 14. I got it down to 14. And we're just recording now, and it's really fun. It's just one of my favorite things. I love being in the studio. I love recording. I love working on my album, and I've always loved, I'm the studio baby. I used to love, when I was younger, I loved performing, and now I love just recording. So that's my favorite part. As far as what you can expect for the record, it's not metal. It's not going to be metal. It's more of like a southern rock meets like singer songwriter in a way, in like the best way. If you like Lucinda Williams, if you like Fleetwood Mac, some southern rock bands like Lynyrd Skynyrd, you're gonna like the record, and I would encourage you to listen to it when it's out, or when I start releasing singles. You don't have to, though. That's why I don't really push my music on y'all, because I know it's not metal, but if you're ever interested, like, once it's out, it'll be there and you can listen to it. But I encourage you to listen to it because it's in my opinion, it's my best work. I feel like I've really grown a lot as like an artist and a songwriter. And yeah, I'm really proud of it. I'm honestly really, really proud of each and every song that I put on that album. So it's going to be my most mature sounding record. Really, it is completely different than all of my other albums, and I got rid of the like yodel that I was having because I finally matured as like a woman, and my voice matured. So yeah. Next up is Rock Movies with Tyler 1989. He says, does this mean you're more of a Demi Lovato fan now? Because given her recent content, I wouldn't blame you. So this was a comment on my Ariana Grande video where I said I was done with her. Demi Lovato, no bestie, no. Like, I know she came out with like a rock album, right? She came out with a rock album. Yeah, it was literally called Holy F Word, but with like a V for but a V for it, and for the U. And why does all of her song titles have to be in all caps? Why do people do this? So I heard that this was kind of like her metal quotations, heavy quotations album. Oh gosh. I mean, if you want me to like review this, I guess I can, so that you guys can watch me suffer. It's primarily pop, punk, and hard rock. Ooh, she really went like full kind of poser metal, didn't she, on this? Oof. I don't know how I feel about that. Ew. Also containing glam rock and heavy metal sounds. Okay, I mean, sure, but no. Beat 9785 says, are you gonna do their second album? This is for Deicide. Yes, I am actually planning on doing Legion. Now, y'all can let me know if you want me to do another reaction to another song off of Legion and then do a review video, or I can just do a review video. It's kind of up to y'all. I'll probably do the entire album and have that on Patreon and then do a review video. But I really like Deicide. They've grown on me. I think I'm gonna do their first 4 records because y'all said their first 4 were really good. and then I might just do review videos for the rest of them. I don't know, we'll kind of see how I'm feeling. But Legion, I'm definitely very, very excited for, and I'm definitely covering it on the channel. So if you want to give me some ideas on what you would like to see for that record, just let me know down below, because I'm more than happy to do another song or two on the channel, or just do a review video. Charles Prowell 6107 says, what's the song in the background while she's talking before the song begins? So a lot of you have asked me what the background music is, especially my like intro song, and it's actually a fellow YouTuber. I always, or at least I should, have it linked down below in my description. It is White Bat Audio, and he's awesome. If you're a content creator or a streamer at all, if you're looking for like cool kind of synthwave or like kind of metal-esque music, go to White Bat Audio. I'll have him linked in my description. All of it is 100% copyright free music. All you have to do is just like put a little thing in your description like White Bat Audio, and then you just like link his YouTube channel. But it's honestly, it's totally 100% copyright free. And there's certain music where it's like, you know, you have to put it in the description or else you'll have like a claim or whatever. I've never, ever, ever had a claim on any of my videos with White Bat Audio. And he makes all of his beats. He's 100% copyright free. So he's the YouTuber that I use for all of my background music for my streams and for my videos, my concert vlogs and stuff like that. And he's also one of the only YouTubers that I know that does like metal. My gosh, I don't know if you heard that, but that was a huge snore from Spoon. He's the only YouTuber that does like metal instrumental tracks that have no copyright. It's really difficult to find copyright free metal instrumental tracks without having to pay for them. And it's like, most of the time for like subscription services for what I do with the metal music, it's just not worth it, because there's such, people don't like metal. Like honestly, people in the industry just don't like metal music, so they don't cater to it. They cater to a lot of the vloggers and the lo-fi chill beats, and you know, there's some subscription services where they'll have some metal or like hard rock stuff, but it's not true metal. It's not like death metal. It's not thrash metal. It's like poser rock stuff. And I'm just like, that's not my vibe. So White Bat Audio is like the closest thing I've been able to find for my content specifically. So it's just interesting to be a metal YouTuber and struggle with that kind of thing. And you really see on the other end of the spectrum of like how metal, I guess, is viewed with certain people. So I don't know, if you know of a good place to find like metal instrumental stuff, holler at your girl, because I've been trying. Do you have plans to see Cradle of Filth in Oklahoma City in October? He also said, great review, enjoy all your metal content and coverage. Kelly Johns 4443, thank you so much. I say keep up the great work. I am not planning on seeing Cradle of Filth. Maybe I will. It depends. So here's the deal, y'all. October's gonna be pretty great. Cannibal Corpse, Mayhem, Gorguts, and Blood Incantation are all playing the same gig. A lot of y'all already know about this massive show in October, and I'm planning on dragging my ass to it. It's gonna be in Dallas. The tickets are $100, and it's like a 5-hour drive from Stillwater to Dallas, which isn't crazy, but I've never had to drive really that far. That's not true. I guess I drove from Arkansas to Oklahoma City to see Cannibal Corpse. So yeah, every time I've seen Cannibal Corpse, I've driven for about 5 hours. So that's the big show of the month for me, honestly. And I just know it's gonna be a lot of time and money. Like, I'm gonna have to spend the night in Dallas. There's gonna be a lot of filming. It's gonna be really fun, like, don't get me wrong. And I absolutely want to see Danny Filth live and just really cover just more Cradle of Filth in general. But if I had to choose between one, I'm gonna pick Cannibal Corpse and Mayhem and all those boys over the Cradle of Filth show just for now, because I really would like to see all of those bands. I'd like to see Gorguts, see what they have to offer. I'd love to see Mayhem, even though it's not obviously the original lineup. Any chance I have to see Cannibal Corpse, I'm already there. And Blood Incantation too. They're really solid. Not sure what to ask, but if you could pick any musician to be a part of your metal band of choice, who would you choose? The rule: all musicians maintain their own personalities and are not thralls. So in order for this to work, they have to be okay with each other too. Big egos of a few big talents might spice things up. Ooh. For my metal band, I would probably pick Courtney LaPlante as my backup singer, so that she could do all of the screams and like help harmonize with me, and I could be like the main kind of twangy clean vocalist and she could do the screams. And then I would probably have, or I might, and then I might, if I was gonna go 3 vocalists, I'd probably get Travis Ryan on there, so he could help with like goblin screams and like male harmony. I'd either do like Dave Mustaine as my guitarist, or I don't know, I might even get like the drummer for Infant Annihilator on there. Bass wise, I'd probably do whoever does bass for Cryptopsy, honestly. ZQ says, yo, you were part of the scene in Portland, right? Would you ever go back for a visit, but this time to see the metal/hardcore side of that scene? PS, you're from the Flash game era, Addicting Games or Miniclip. Dude, at first I didn't know what you were talking about when you said Flash game era, and I was like, oh my god, wait, Addicting Games? Yes, Addicting Games was my ish back in the day. Like, I've talked about it before, but like the hobo game, if you remember that, where you got to play as this like homeless person and you just got to like burp, fart, and like blow snot on people and like throw beer bottles and just be a nuisance, and it was hilarious. I also frequently think about the holding in your fart game at the bus stop, if you remember that one. Games back then used to be raunchy AF. Like, there were so many games on Addicting Games that were like not PG. But like, there was a game where you were a dude at a bus stop and you had to hold your farts, but like as like loud vehicles passed your bus stop, you were able to like pass like silent ones or like little squeakers. But if you let the meter get too far, you ripped ass and basically like got embarrassed, and that was game over. So, and then you might remember the cube, like, square game where you got to, like, you know, you were either, I think you were a triangle. You were a triangle and you had to, like, maneuver through, like, a field of cubes. That was one of my favorites. So, yeah, I played a ton of Addicting Games, and there were some, like, you know, from the sexy side of it that I used to play. That was like the dating games and stuff like that. Like, there were some 18+ ones that, you know, as a 12-year-old, you're like, yeah, you know. So Addicting Games was top tier. But as far as like Portland goes, absolutely, I would go back to enjoy the underground metal and hardcore scene, because if there's one thing that Portland has that does really, really well is the metal hardcore scene. That's why you have so many metal bands going to Portland and performing at the Hawthorne or the Roseland Theater, is because it's all metal. Portland, it's the Northwest Coast. It's the land of punk, hardcore, metal, everything. Like, it's perfect. So, Spess Marine 0088 asks, looking back, do you wish you had done anything different in a if you've done anything in a different order in your metal journey so far. For example, started with a different band other than Cannibal Corpse. Nope, I think starting with Cannibal Corpse was like the best decision. I think I'm definitely the type of person who likes to just dive right in, and I was honestly a little scared when I first did it, but I think it just turned out. I think it's better to just start with the extreme, at least for me, because I was able to, you know, set my expectations, I guess, high. And now I think the only downside to that is now there's certain bands who like are really, really known in the scene, and I think they're mid in comparison. And I guess like because I started with death metal, it's no wonder that death metal is my favorite genre. So there's, you know, that's kind of the downside, is I'm like, it doesn't hit me very hard, you know. Iron Diamond Man says, question, who helped produce your albums? The engineering and mastering sound really good. For the intro, maybe a snippet of a King Diamond falsetto that fades away into the transition of your welcome intro. That sounds like a really good idea. I really like the King Diamond falsetto, so I'm kind of struggling, honestly, right now with like what to put in place for my intro, because you know I had the Ariana vocal that I'm getting rid of because we don't support her anymore. So I've just put the like Courtney vocals right now, like the cut down the altar, because I needed something quick, really. Since coming back from vacation, I needed to start producing videos, so I just put that in place. But I really like your suggestion, Iron Diamond. Like, honestly, I think that's a really good one. So if you have any other ideas, don't be shy. I was thinking about putting like the Patrick Star sound, lee from SpongeBob, you know, in there, and maybe just having like little changes here and there to the intro, but I don't know. Who helped produce my albums? Myself, honestly. I had a little help. So like my first record, I was 17. So Full of Creatures, I was 17 years old when I recorded that and released it at 18. And I had no idea what I was doing. I just, you know, had the money to professionally record it. And yeah, the producer, like was also the engineer. So he did all of the, like, you know, obviously pressing all the buttons. And he was the one that was doing all the producing. So I had no idea what I was doing. I was just honestly sitting there, not really saying anything about how I wanted the certain songs to be, but I still think that it came out really beautifully. And the studio that we recorded at was just beautiful. Low ceilings, beautiful hardwood floors. It was really, really a great experience, and I love being in a professional studio environment. It's one of my favorite things. Like I've said, I thrive in the studio. It's where I get my, you know, happiness from. So I am 100% a producer. When I'm in the studio producing my records, that's what I do. I produce. So I wish I could have gone to school or like learned how to like do the sound engineering, because that is what I think is really interesting, is being able to like seeing the massive soundboards and being able to know what each and every button does, and being able to set up, you know, everybody's amps and plug everything in, and especially like miking drums and getting the right sound and all the different effects that you can add. Like I love the whole process of recording, and I guess that's why this channel is so fun, is because I recognize all of those things. And you know, as I'm working on my own record, it's like I'm able to put those two things kind of side by side. So even though it's not the same music, yeah. As far as producing my other records, that was me. So that's gonna do it for today's video on all of your questions. Definitely ask some more down below. I'm planning on doing more of these Q&A style videos. Really, really like being able to just kind of have these discussions and talk about things in life, and just, I don't know, there's so many things that we can like chat about. So don't be shy, ask away. I'm really, really grateful that y'all are here and that you watched today's video. If you want to subscribe to the channel, please feel free to do so. I post weekly videos documenting my metal journey as a brand new metalhead, and I also have a Discord, the Mosh Pit. There's an invite link in my description, as well as my PO box if you want to send something to be featured in one of my metal unboxing videos. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, you guys.